This video is for training purposes only. It is prohibited from being copied, distributed, or shared. The concepts, statistics, and ideas do not necessarily represent those of World Financial Group and Transamerica Financial Advisors.
Hey guys, one of the questions I get all the time that you're going to get as well, I want you to be able to explain. People always tell me, well listen, how can these companies inside a 7702 plan or IUL, how can these companies afford to give me a guarantee? When the market loses, how can they pay me for losing money? I don't get it. How can they afford to do that? And so this is how you explain that, and this is very simple, but you should watch it a few times just so you get it, okay? So here's what happens. Just like anything else, companies will pool money. Just like the bank doesn't have any money until we give it to them. So they're going to take my money, your grandma's money, they're going to take everybody's money and they're going to pool it. The bank doesn't have money until we give them money, but what the bank does, the bank basically takes that money, lends it out to somebody else, and makes a profit on it. They pay you 0.5% for your savings account, but then they go out and they give a credit card to somebody at 24, 25, 26% interest rates. And they're making pure profit on that and on the use of your dollars. So companies like ING, Pacific Life, Nationwide, Western Reserve, Allianz, all the companies that have a 7702 plan, these are old, conservative, stodgy companies, right? They've been very good at what they do for hundreds of years, right? They know how the numbers work, and this is what they do. They pool money, okay? Then they go and they purchase government bonds. So when they're purchasing government bonds, you realize they're not buying government bonds like we would buy government bonds, you know, a $100 savings bond. They're buying billions of dollars of bonds. So when they buy billions of dollars of bonds, you're going to get a better interest rate. So let's just say 5 to 7%. 5 to 7% is, I think pretty reasonable. And so what they do is they peel off a little bit of this money, 1 to 2% for operating costs, and I'm going to say operating costs and your guarantees, right? And your guarantees. So whether or not the market does good, bad, or indifferent, they've already got the money set aside in an account to pay some of their operating costs and to handle the guarantees to fund your plan if the market were to go south. Now, that being said, realize your money is not in the market. Your money is tied up in government bonds, so it's not going anywhere. However, that does leave a little bit of money left over. So in this case, it may leave 4 to 6%, okay? So 4 to 6% now is taken, and they go and they do speculatory type investing, right, in things like the emerging markets, like China's steel market, for example. In 2008, when our market was going south, the Chinese market was going through the roof. A very big example of that would be, in the early 40s and 50s, we built about 200,000 miles of super highways here. We were going through kind of our industrial age. China's doing that right now. They're going to build 2 million miles of super highway. They're going to need steel to do that. Where are they getting that? They're getting a lot of that from us and other countries. That's why you see scrap metal prices going through the roof. People are stealing stuff off job sites, and people are scrapping, getting the scrap metal business. My point to you is this: there's a lot of money to be made in the emerging markets. They study this and they play this game on a global scale with billions of dollars. The opportunity for you and I to play this game on a global scale at billions of dollars does not exist. So they are very happy to pool our money, make sure we get a guarantee, give us a few carrots where we can't lose money and can't lose dollars, and then they go take the rest of our money and they go do something with it. Now here's what's crazy. What if they make a bad bet and this loses money? Guess what? It doesn't matter, because next month they're going to get a whole new pool of money as you pay your premiums, and they're going to do it all over again. And so that's exactly what they're going to do, and they're going to try it again with a different plan. They have been old, conservative, stodgy companies for a long time for a reason. They rarely make mistakes in that area. And so my point to you is your dollars are safe and held at a government bond level. You've got enough money to pay for your guarantees if the market were to go south. If the market goes higher and you get a higher dollar, guess what? Their investment probably paid off quite nicely. So I want you to know that your money is safe and sound. This is how they get paid. This is how they do it. That's a simple way to explain it. Once clients hear that, that's the last question they'll ask you about that. So again, as I say always, make sure you study this. Watch this over and over and over again to make sure that you have all the ins and outs and you can answer that question, because you will get it. All right, guys, make sure you do it. Take care.